Natural physics is a concept astrophysicist LeRoy developed that explains in down-to-earth scenarios how the principles of physics could have come about from observing nature. Each episode begins with a scenario, followed by an example to illustrate the application of these principles in futuristic research at the frontiers of science, such as LeRoy's astrophysics doctoral research, and then concludes with an exploration of how these same principles could have very well been used by ancient cultures and civilizations. Mathematics is naturally encountered and incorporated as the exciting and fun tool of science that it is. Science is the window into our amazing world of nature, and mathematics is the tool to open that window. Natural physics encompasses current, futuristic, and ancient physics, and ties them together by the principles of physics that are common threads running throughout each.
Greetings, everyone. I'm LeRoy, and welcome to the Natural Physics Experience, live from Costa Rica. Happy and safe New Year 2026 to you and your families. I met my guest today in Washington, D.C. in 2019 at the International Astronomical Federation Congress. She is visiting here with her family in Costa Rica from France for a very specific purpose. And my wife Tirza and I are so happy to have them staying with us on their visit. And I'm gonna turn it over to Pascale to introduce herself, full name. I did not want to take a chance of mispronouncing her last name. So I'm going to have her introduce herself and to tell us why they are here in Costa Rica. Okay, Pascale, please.
Hi, Laura. Thank you for guesting me. I'm so glad to be here with you today. So I'm Pascale Lefebure. I'm a sustainable engineer, and I want to discover Costa Rica because I recently realized you are the leader of sustainability. Long time ago, I visited several countries like Brazil to go through the Amazonia, and now today I have the opportunity to come here in Costa Rica.
And Pascale, may I interrupt? What year was it that you first heard about Costa Rica's global leadership in sustainable development and got your interest with respect to your country, France?
Oh, just 1 or 2 years ago.
Okay.
Really recently. But it doesn't make sense because you are for so long, and I am involved in sustainability for so long too. So I should know before that. But I'm here today, so it's fine.
Okay. Please continue.
So, yeah, for my understanding on sustainability, we have several topics, but one of the big one is global warming due to the CO2 emission. And the first thing I discovered about Costa Rica is the people here are reaching the goal of 2 tons. And 2 tons, what is it? It's a emission by each people for 1 year. We should reach to limit the global warming and have this sustainable goal. So, for example, in France, we are 10 tons. each year for each people. In America, is closer to 20 tons. But here in Costa Rica is 1.6. So congratulations. Congratulations, you made it.
1.6?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And the goal is 2. So you are even lower. So you're not net zero yet, but I hope you will be. So I know you are continuing your progress and reach the second goal is net zero. But being below 2 ton is already a huge target because from France we have a 10 tons. So it's difficult to reduce. And you made it as a rich country, so we can compare because the price of life in France is similar to Costa Rica. So we really can compare of both countries because similar developments in the both sides. So that's why I want to understand what is your lifestyle you have to have so low emission and maybe get inspired because I didn't heard before, and I want European and French people to know about you because you are a leader. You reach the goal, and there is not so many countries around the world to reach that goal. It's the only one I know. It's Costa Rica for the CO2 emission. So it's really important goal if you want to limit global warming. And there's so many countries should follow this example. And it's like in the darkness for me, Costa Rica, because if one country made it, that give hope for all the other country. And we have no more excuses to say, no, it's too difficult. We cannot reach it. Yes, they did it. So why we cannot do it too? So that's the first point. It's you are light in the darkness. But the second point is okay, but no. How you made it? What is so special in Costa Rica when you reach that goal? So I want to discover that. So for you, I have a little bit surprise. For me, there is also a new opportunity today because all of us social network and networking give us opportunity to more communicate about the great thing we have.
Yes.
You don't need to be a famous people to do so. So I love to communicate on LinkedIn, and I love to chat with foreigner people too on LinkedIn and get knowledge from them.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I never heard about sustainable development until I came to Costa Rica. And you being in France and Europe and Costa Rica being in Central America, how do you, and Costa Rica claims that it's one of the global leaders in sustainable development. And because you're so involved in that and wanting to learn about it, can you tell me exactly what does sustainable development mean?
For me.
Yes. And
Of course.
and France.
Oh, for the other, for French people, I will try to say, but
I
for me,
I know it means being able to use your natural not use, that's a bad word. Be grateful for the natural resources that your country has and to continue to to not take advantage of, but to continue to recycle those natural resources. Is that correct or no?
Oh, LeRoy, I'm really sorry to be rude on you today, maybe, but we have to face the reality too. And for me, today, there's not matter just that I'm going to be more dramatic. But for me, sustainability today is matter of survival as a species.
Survival of survival of the human race, right? Yes.
First, survival of the human race, because the way we are going as a scientist, I don't see a hope to survive. And after that, when I thought about the other species, because there's still too many, lots, not too many, but a lot, I'm wondering about their survival too, because they are under threat. If we're not surviving, they are dying with us. So if we die, a lot of species is going to die simultaneously, and we kill so many already. So we have to consider the survival of the other species, because we have to take a responsibility of our action. And finally, a lot of people thought, oh, it's okay if we kill all of them. Bacteria will survive and the life will be back. But you are an astronomer, LeRoy, and told me after how long it took for our planet to go from bacteria to dinosaur. How long? And then now, when the dinosaur disappear, how long it took to recover the similar quantity of biomass? We never reach it yet.
Right.
So if we kill all of them and we will back to bacteria, the planet will be absorbed by the sun before we reach back again the same similarity of biodiversity.
Okay.
That's the point. Sorry to be so sad, but it's my way to think as a scientist. You had two questions: is what the French people thinks, and you must know 30% of the French population are septic, so they not care about it, and probably selfish too, because they tell themselves, okay, I'm old now, so I don't care much. I will not be so impacted.
Right.
And young are too young to realize the impact and the situation, the point where we are. So yeah, for me, it's survival.
Okay. Survival.
As a whole,
Yeah.
as a human, as a species, as a planet. And I don't know about universe, because I strongly believe there is life on universe. But if we don't have life in the universe, it's survival of the universe. So it's terrible what we are doing. But in the same time, with all this drama, the solution are so easy, simple. So I have a huge hope too. That's a positive point I want to erase of the situation. So Yes, the situation is really a big one, but the solution are existing already, and it wasn't the case 30 years ago. When I was kids, we have a good reason to be wondering about how we can manage the situation. But today is not about how we can manage the situation. So when we will do it. So it shows,
Right,
okay, I just do it. It's simple. So
right.
uh, I'm really full of hope, and I'm really full of hope when I saw a full country reaching the goals too.
Excellent. Excellent. Excellent, Pascal. Thank you so much. My goodness. My goodness. And what is is really uh interesting, no, not interesting, disconcerting, and I want to use that word, is that more of the heads of the governments around the world don't recognize the importance of what you just talked about, right?
Uh,
The importance of
okay.
sustainability of resources, right? That
I think yes, at least in Europe they recognize it, but at the end, recognize it and go in action is different things. Because if you ask people, most of people will tell you yes, sustainability is the main point. It's important. And then when you ask them, okay, what you have done for that? Oh, nothing. Oh, really little. So it's different between recognize the situation and really put in action to
okay,
solve the problem. So for
okay,
me, most of countries recognize it, but so few really involved in deployment of a solution.
okay, okay, okay. Oh my goodness. I mean,
Government is always a mirror of the population. So the problem is not really the government, but the population himself.
and please steer me correct if I'm going on the wrong path, but sustainable development with respect to our planet Earth, uh all the areas of the earth, all the countries of the earth need to know what that means to sustain their resources and to replenish those resources so that they're not lost.
For the other big topics on sustainability, it's biodiversity, and it's opposite situation, because the biodiversity is collapsing right now,
It's
and
collapsing.
yes, really fast and strongly. For example, in Europe, we lost 25% our biodiversity, biomass. So when you were used to see 10 deers, now will see 7.5 deer. So this is not working like that, but
Okay, okay, okay,
you still have a deer, but really less. And some species are more impacted compared to the other one. So there is a difference with
now
species have
Pas-
been trained. Yes,
Pascal, can I ask you, when you said some species are more impacted than other species, could you give me an example of that? What of that?
yeah, yeah. from my knowledge, I think the most impacted are the bird in
The
Europe.
birds. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
but it's a loss of biomass, so the number of individual.
Okay.
So quite often, we are hearing about the species are almost totally disappear as a species, like the lion.
Okay.
Just few of them. But there is differences. The species have been really threatened and almost disappear. And globally, if you look at all the biomass, so all the individual, including the life under your feet, like worms. So
Okay.
all you have to consider all the biomass, all the life. But in Europe is 25% of collapsing.
Okay.
Even we do not lost necessarily a species, but
Okay.
there is collapsing of the number of individual. To compare, in Africa is 90%
Okay.
collapse.
Okay.